Hey, hey, my joyful people, it's Kimberly. Hope you are doing well today. Welcome to Share the Joy. And this is part 2 of our body clock conversation. And remember that this is the place where health and wellness meets passion and purpose. And I am so excited that you are here with me today. All right, so if you watched part 1, great. You got the overview. If you didn't catch it out, it's on my Facebook page last week on Friday. So remember we were talking about our body going through different systems, different things each and every day. There are 12 total. Every 2 hours, it runs through the body. So hey, Linda, it's good to see you. So if you wake up between 3 and 5, you might have like underlying grief or sadness that you're dealing with, or it could possibly be a lung condition, something going on with your lungs. Not that it's anything serious, but that you just might need to clear that area out if you're feeling like I'm waking up every day between 3 and 5. If you wake up between 1 and 3, it could be anger or resentment. Back pain at the end of the day, could be pent up emotions of fear, and a kidney issue, because it's all about the time of day that something is happening. So this is really fascinating. So you can I always tell people, even like with essential oils, like you can either treat the issue, like let's say you have an anger issue, right? Anger comes up, and anger is actually stored in the liver. So I can either work on doing a liver detox, which might clear up my anger issues, or I can work with my anger and it will clear up my liver issues. So it's fascinating how the body and energy works together. So this is going to be a little bit of education there for you guys. All right. I shouldn't say you guys, my crew, it's because we're not just guys, we're girls, everybody. So I had one of my mentors correct me on that one from last week. So I got to get that out of my language, and I'm working on it. All right, so one thing we want to know is that energy is also something that we can call chi. Hey, Josh, it's so good to see you. All right, and that's QI, so chi. And it moves in 2 hour intervals, like I said. So during sleep, chi will move or draw in energy inward to restore the body and to help our cells reset, our organs to reset. And the end of that phase is usually around 3 a.m. And that's the time after the liver cleanses. And then the blood then moves chi out again. Okay, so then we start going outward. And from 3 a.m. onward, energy moves into the organs, and it's associated with our daily activities. So we bring mid-afternoon brings energy inward again. So we're going to kind of see the cycle. It goes in a cycle. So understand that this is energy in and energy out. Why I might feel really high energy 1 minute and low another. And some of this is going to make sense. So this is a little, interesting, different information, but I think it's going to help you. And I hope that you end up sharing it. So from 5, we're going to start at 5 a.m. We're going to talk about the systems and the things that it can help. And we're going to go all the way until 5 p.m. And then next week, I'm going to talk to you about 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Peck? It's good to see you again this week. All right, so 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., it's our large intestine. That is the best time of day if you can get on a body rhythm clock to have a bowel movement and remove toxins from your body. It's also a great time of day to brush your hair, comb your hair. For me, it's like running my fingers through my hair, that kind of thing. And it can clear excess or stale energy. The 2 emotions that you might be feeling will be defensiveness and being stuck around that time. So defensiveness and being stuck. From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., it's our stomach. And that's the best time for us to eat our biggest meal of the day. And a lot of people talk about, eating like a king for breakfast, eating like a prince for lunch, and eating like a pauper for dinner. Okay? So just understand that we want to eat our biggest meal, and it's the optimal time for digestion and absorption of minerals. So warm meals are encouraged and high nutrition. And you also at this time, if you're feeling around 7 to 9 a.m. a little bit disgusted or maybe some form of despair in some way, that's something we may need to clear with stomach issues or digestive issues or things like that. So understand we can clear up. I always tell people if we can clear up your gut, we usually can clear up the mind. All right. So that's really connected to those feelings of despair, depression, anxiety, that kind of thing are discussed. From 9 to 11 a.m., it's the pancreas and the spleen. So pancreas and spleen. And this is when enzymes are released to help digest the food that we just ate in that other 2-hour period. And it's also a release of energy. So it's an ideal time to exercise and to get to work. All right. Hey, Tina, so good to see you. And I think I said, hey, Josh. So do your most taxing work at that time of day. So if you can get into the gym at that time, great. If you're banging out like some major work project, try to get it done between 9 and 11. That's why I always talk about doing your most important work first part of the day and scheduling other things like, checking your email or those kinds of things that aren't really taxing later on. But that's get it done between 9 and 11. And that's when your pancreas and your spleen and enzymes are working hard. So 11 to 1 is your heart. And this is a fun time. It's when nutrients are pumping through and around the body to help provide energy to your body. And it is a great time for lunch, all right? And lightly cooked meals are good. Remember, we went from that big meal to a medium-sized meal to dinner should be really light. And it's also, I know we don't do it in this country, I wish we would, is to take a nap, or it's also a great time to have some tea. All right, so that's a good thing. And you may, at this time of day, experience extreme joy or extreme sadness. So extreme joy means you probably have some good stuff going on with your cardiovascular system and your heart is in a good place. Maybe if you're feeling sadness in the afternoon or something, we want to work on our cardiovascular health, taking some supplements that help the heart, all of that kind of good stuff. So remember that from 11 to 1, it's all about the heart. All about the heart. So from 1 to 3, it's our small intestines. And that's when food completes its digestion from earlier. Now, not the lunch, but the breakfast, okay? So it's a good time for it's a good time to, I just missed my place. It's a good time for tasks, like little tedious tasks, and you can also exercise again at this point in time if you'd like to. And you can also possibly feel vulnerable and feelings of abandonment at this time. So just remember that the 1 to 3 o'clock, that's why I say a lot of times people after they eat lunch to go for a light walk, things like that, it's helpful. And that's your small intestine. So that's when digestion is really helping, working. And it's also how you get your probiotics in there, all that kind of good stuff. And then from 3 to 5, this is the last one that we're going to talk about today, is our bladder. And that is when the metabolic waste moves into the kidneys. It's a perfect time for you to study. Okay, get very studious, get your study on, and for you to complete brain challenging work. All right, so that's from 3 to 5. So if you're working that 9 to 5, go ahead and think about that time when you really have to focus in. You know how sometimes we have that slump right after lunch and we go down? Like I said, that's the time we're taking a great time to take a walk, get some more energy. If you can take that nap, take the nap. If you can't, but come back in 3 to 5 and bang it out. This is also another great time to drink tea and loads of water to help with your detox process. And remember, it's all about the bladder. So giving the bladder and the kidneys water to flush is great. So we're going to recap. That was a lot. I know. Hold on. It says, Tina, been feeling that this week. You have? Okay, I'm not sure. Help me in the comment section. Tell me what you've been feeling, and then we can work that out. I love like live examples, okay? But real quick, we're gonna say from 5 to 7 it's the large intestines. It's a time to wake up, release your bowels, meditate, and pray. 7 to 9 is all about the stomach. And that's a good time to have breakfast. It's a good time for concentration. It's a great time to take a walk. From 9 to 11, it's about our spleen, and that's clear thinking, which converts food to chi, or energy, for that cycle to happen again. From 11 to 1, it's our heart. Remember that gladness or that sadness, whichever one. It's blood circulation, high energy, and lunch. Now, we're at 1 o'clock. So our small intestines, for everybody who's watching this with me right now, we're in that phase, okay, or that interval. And right now we're absorbing food, and then it's also a low energy time. And I'll have to be perfectly honest with you, I might lay down because I have to pick my kids up at like 2:30. I might lay down in a few minutes because I am feeling a little bit tired. So I listen to my body in that way because I have the opportunity on Fridays after Share the Joy that I take Friday into Saturday off and I don't have clients. So that's something that I'm probably going to do. So remember, low energy time. And then from 3 to 5, once again, we're now getting energy stored back up. We have liquid waste is released, remember, and it's a good time to work and study hard, which will probably happen for me as well. Like I'll pick my son up around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then I'll come back in and do a few things before 5 o'clock. So I hope that that made sense to everyone who's on the call. I appreciate everyone who's chimed in. I hope that you share this with people because it's interesting information. And the part that I want to kind of synthesize is understanding that if you all of a sudden are, let's say, irritated and feeling anxious about something, and it happens, or let's say you're getting sleepy around 3 to 5 o'clock every day. All right. You notice either you're irritated around that time or you're getting sleepy around that time or something's happening. It could be that your bladder needs some support in some way, shape, or form. All right. So if your bladder needs support, maybe you need to start drinking some cranberry juice and some kombucha and giving yourself some probiotics and flushing the system, drinking more water. You might notice that your irritability or your feeling of being timid might go away. Or remember, start working on those feelings of insecurity or those feelings of being irritated, not insecurity, irritated might help with your bladder. So they go both ways, back and forth. And that's what's so interesting about this. And so your body is truly, truly, truly on a clock. And the more you can align yourself to this way of living, I know it's hard because we work in a world where there's, third shift, second shift, and we're not always on this time cycle that we can be on. But if we can try our best to get into our own body clock and what our body's doing, we'll find ourselves with more energy. And remember, taking naps and allowing to listen to your body is a beautiful thing. All right. I know we live in this world where we're supposed to go, 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 at least in the United States of America, but taking a moment to slow down and rest when your body says it's supposed to slow down and rest is really, really important. So I hope that this has been helpful. I can't wait until next week because it's actually my favorite, is going into what's happening when your body is sleeping or when you're supposed to be winding down, and all the stuff that's repairing and how you can help your mood and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so Tina says, I'm drinking at least 6 to 7 glasses of water a day. I'm feeling anxious, sluggish, sadness. I'm trying to let's see if I can see more. Okay, I'm trying to get used to drinking the kombucha. I don't eat or drink a lot of sugary drinks. Well, that's good. So what time, you said, are you feeling sluggish? Do you have a time in which you're feeling sluggish and sad and all of that? Also, you may not be drinking enough water, just because most of the time we're going through about 64 ounces of water a day, period, just through sweating and moving and urinating and all of that. And so you need to drink more on top of what that kind of like 8 glasses are. So you're not even really getting to those 8. So you might need to increase your water intake. But I don't know if you can tell me, Tina, the time, that would be helpful. And then I saw another comment. Oh, thank you. Okay, Benita, thank you. I appreciate you coming in. So remember, if you're watching the replay, you can always ask me questions in the comment section. I try to come in. Do you have a time? Okay, Tina, middle of the day, give me a time frame. So is that like 1 to 2? Is that, give me the time frame, and maybe we can see really quickly on here. But just until you answer, I'll kind of recap. Just remember, all you guys, that this is an opportunity for you to see what your body's doing at different times and how it can be related to emotions. Okay, so you say from 5 to 6. Oh, well, at 5 to 6, we kind of haven't really gone over that, but that's your kidneys. And that's one of the things that maybe you might need to drink more water. And a lot of times that's subconscious thoughts of fear and terror can kind of come in at those times. So maybe you might need to explore some of the things that you're feeling fearful about or that you've experienced before in trauma in your life. Also using the time to drink more water, that kind of thing, may be helpful in getting through that. But like I said, I'm not a doctor or in any way, shape, or form. I'm just trying to give you this system of using your body's internal clock to help release things that are going on naturally in the body. So I hope that helps. If not, you can always Google body clock system and read up on it. You guys, I'm giving you the kind of like short version of it to introduce it to you, but do some more research on that. I appreciate you too, Tina. Thank you so much for joining in. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope you join me. I keep saying guys. I'm sorry, T. Michael, my mentor, who's like, all right, my crew, my peeps, all that kind of stuff. I hope that everyone has enjoyed this immensely. And just share it out to your friends and your family. Let them know this could be very helpful. It could be a key to unlocking something going on. So I will be back next week with what's going on from 5 p.m. or shall I say, 5 p.m. No, excuse me. 5 p.m. To 5 a.m. in your body. And then we'll be finished with this series. So thank you, Linda. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Tina, everybody. And Josh, I know you're saying something about 3 to 4:30 for Zoom. I won't be around to be able to do that. So maybe we'll have to look at another time. I miss seeing you in Zumba class. All right. Peace and blessings, everyone. Love you so, 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 so very much. And remember to do all things with joy and share the joy. And if I said you guys one more time, I'm sorry. I got to figure out how to get that out of my vocabulary. All right. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.